Readers, we're going to read on and finish Matt's story today. To get ready to read, let's start by doing something that all readers do when they pick up a story they left a while ago. Let's skim. As I skim, I'll be reading snippets aloud. I want you to picture to yourself the scene as a kind of film. It starts with the narrator thinking about another basketball player, a kid named Dante. I'll start with an excerpt from the chapter titled Don't Just Sit There Like a Punk. He's 6'4" and thin, in his early 30s maybe. He's the only guy in the gym who never said a word to you. He walks right by you like you don't even exist. But he can seriously play. Not only does he knock down almost every jumper he takes, he hardly ever grazes the rim. He has this sweet little fadeaway in the post. And whenever someone tries to challenge him on the break, they get mashed on, posturized, and guys on the sidelines fall all over each other, laughing and stomping and pointing. After burying one particular game winner from the wing, two guys draped all over him, he'll suddenly turn to you and bark, "Hey kid, why you still coming here?" You pause your dribble, stunned. "Who, me? Nobody thinks you're good enough to play here. Comprende? Why don't you just go back to the barrio? Ese?" Your whole body will freeze up from the shock of his words. Everyone in the entire gym inching closer, waiting to see what happens next. Readers, did you picture that scene? Let's keep going. You grab your stuff off the bleachers and start toward the door, but for some unexplainable reason, you stop. You turn around and you glare across the court at Dante, mumbling, "I just want to play." "What?" Dante shouts back. He picks up a ball and fires it at you, narrowly missing. "Speak up if you've got something to say." "I want to play," you repeat, louder this time. "Check it out," Dante suddenly announces. "The kid's got my spot this game." Then he turns back to you. "After you get smoked, you walk out them doors and never come back. You hear?" As fast as your heart was beating when Dante got in your face, it slows back down once the ball is in play. Because this is the one place in the entire world where you're truly alive, where your brain shuts off and every move is made on instinct. It only takes 2 trips up and down before you shake off the cobwebs and slip into the flow. Now you're buried deep inside the folds of the game. The outside world slinks off and hides, and all you know are the choreographed movements around you, the dance, the beautiful symphony of squeaking sneaks and grunts, and the thud of body meeting body. The guys on your squad mob you near mid-court. "That's right, young buck," they say. A few go on about how they've been meaning to pick you up all summer. They just never got the chance, blah, blah, blah. But just as you're starting to feel yourself, Dante will be back in your grill. "What, you make a couple jumpers and now you're supposed to be somebody?" "No, I just, get off my court, kid." "But," he'll grab you by the arm and fling you toward the bleachers, barking to everyone else, "Yo, I got my spot back. Check ball." Okay, readers, now we're in the new part. We've been mostly focusing on Dante because there is something so compelling and intimidating about him. But now let's try watching both Dante and the main character, the narrator. You'll consider putting up a fight, but don't. Trust me. What matters is you'll have proven you can play. What matters is every head who saw what you just did will see you differently now. As proof, not 30 seconds later, a guy who goes by the name of Slim will wander over and say, "Yo, young buck, I got next. Want to run with me?" For sure. Rob will overhear this exchange and bark, "Yo, Slim, I thought you already had 5. Who you dropping?" "You." "Me? You just seen this boy's skills, right? I got to get me a point guard." But you said I was down, Slim. Don't play your boy like that. In the middle of this debate, a stray jumper will roll out of bounds towards you, and Dante will give chase. He'll grab the rock and kneel down, not 5 feet from you, to tie his shoe. Hey, kid, he'll say in a quiet voice. Yeah? He'll look up at you, middle double knot. You want to get in games. You don't just sit there like a punk, right? You stand up and challenge the baddest dude in the gym, someone like me. Then you do your thing. Understand? His intense eyes will be like knives inside your chest. Yes, sir. He'll stand up and nod, then jog back onto the court shouting, Yo, check ball, let's go. Whoa, not what I expected to happen. I want you to take a minute and jot in your reading notebook. What did you notice about our narrator, and what are you thinking now? Go ahead and pause the video. Let's go on. I'll give you a heads up that this next bit is subtle. You need to really ask yourself, what do I know about Dante so far? What do I know about the narrator so far? And then think, what am I finding out in this scene? What new parts of these characters do I see? It's not a long scene, but it's important. Ready? You'll think this is the beginning of some meaningful mentorship, but it won't be. In fact, Dante won't say another word to you the rest of the summer, not even when you ask him a direct question. But over time, you'll begin to see the power of his silence, and surprisingly, it will remind you of your old man's silence. A few months into your ninth grade season, you actually spot Dante in the stands at one of your games. He'll be alone eating popcorn, watching. You'll be the starting point guard on the varsity squad, which is pretty legit for a freshman, and you'll be having your best game of the young season. You'll wave as you jog past him at halftime, but he won't wave back. He'll continue eating his popcorn. After the game, you'll climb the packed bleachers looking for him, but he'll already be gone. Your old man will be there, though. And on the drive back to your apartment that night, you'll realize something important. Your old man is always there, and he's always been there. And so, what if he doesn't say anything about how many points you just scored, how many assists? So, what if he turns on his radio news show instead of breaking down the big win? Maybe words aren't what's important. Maybe words would just steal away your freedom to think for yourself. To continue this read aloud, go back to the lesson platform for part 2.